Hi, and welcome to RelSci. Today, we will be going over what a RelSci profile looks like. Using our smart search bar, you can search for any person or organization within the database. Let's say you want to look up Bank of America to see what information you can gather about them, or how your organization can connect to the individuals at that organization. As you begin to type Bank of America, it will appear in the drop-down menu. Make sure to select the correct entity from the menu. You will now be brought to the Bank of America profile page. Before we go over what is on the profile, it is important to note that any information collected and published by RelSci is gathered from publicly verifiable sources. We license data from vendors such as LexisNexis, Morningstar, GuideStar, and so on. We also gather information from company websites, press releases, and news articles. If you would like us to take a second look into a profile to confirm certain data points, hit the RelSci Services button at the top of the page, and you can request a data update from our research team. Additionally, you can request a profile be created for any entity that we do not have profiled yet. Keep in mind that we will need to locate this information from a publicly verifiable source in order to create this profile. So we can only create these profiles to the extent that this information is available. At the top of Bank of America's profile, you have the option to add this organization to a list in your account. Separately, you can report out this profile in PDF format and further choose which aspects of the profile you want to include. You can also follow this organization, so you will begin to receive news alerts whenever Bank of America is mentioned in the news. Below that, you will see the recent alerts that have been captured on this organization, as well as some general information about the company as a whole. Scrolling through the profile, you will see a dossier of information such as you and your firm's pathways to Bank of America, followed by a summary of what the organization does, their list of executives and board members, the owners and shareholders, recent transactions that they've been a part of, as well as who participated in those transactions. You will also see named clients, the corporate hierarchy, nonprofit donations and grants, investments the organization has made, active funds, limited partners, and limited partner investments that they have made, suppliers and competitors, and finally, any corporate sponsorships. It is important to note that Bank of America is a large public institution, so much of the information regarding this organization exists in the public sphere, allowing our team to build a robust profile. Now let's take a look at an individual's profile. Go back to the Smart Search bar at the top of the page and type in the person you are looking for. In this example, that person is Tim Cook. If multiple names appear on the drop-down, you can also type in the organization affiliated with that individual, and the search will narrow significantly. Now click on the correct Tim Cook. Similarly to the organization's profile, you will have the option to add him to a list in your account, report out his profile, or follow him to receive news alerts. Additionally, let's say you know Tim Cook well. You can add him to your relationships by clicking the Add Relationship button right here. Next to the news and alerts that he has recently been mentioned in, you will see a number described as Tim's RelSci relationships. This number represents the amount of people profiled in RelSci that our algorithm thinks Tim may have access to. These connections are formed based on a multitude of criteria, including career overlap, board history, and any memberships he may be a part of. Scrolling down, you will see information gathered on Tim, such as your firm's path to Tim, and a summary of his 1,727 relationships. To see why these relationships have been captured, hover over where it says In Common, and a box will appear highlighting all of the connections between Tim and Mark, for example. Here you can see that the connection between Mark and Tim has been assessed as strong based on the positions they have held at Nike. You can also see his education history, his interests and affiliations to the extent that they are publicly disclosed, his career history, board and committees he sits on, any political donations he has made, and public holdings he has, And since Apple is a public company, Tim's compensation has to be put in Apple's proxy statement, and we are therefore able to publish that as well. We also collect any awards and honors he has received and any events he has attended. If you have any questions regarding how to look through profiles in RelSci, please do not hesitate to reach out to your account representative or to our client support team by phone, email, or our online chat system.